Hey everybody, Dave Bazanko here, and welcome to day 6 of our 30-day self-motivation challenge. It is New Year's Eve, so it is appropriate to be talking about the 91% of men who set a New Year's resolution goal and quit before the end of the first week. I didn't even know that was a thing or a statistic, but it actually is the real number that men face, the challenge that men face when it comes to setting New Year's resolutions. And the number one New Year's resolution that men set is to lose weight and get in shape in the new year. So why is it that 91% of men fail at that goal or achieving that goal? They quit before the end of the first week. Why does that happen? Well, the truth is because they don't simply understand the process of self-motivation. They expect long-term results to happen immediately, or the pain or the frustration of doing whatever the challenge is that they've put in front of them. Once they start to feel that pain, there is nothing there that says, hey, I need to get through this pain to get to the other side. They don't know how to work through and manage their expectations. Coming up, I'm going to be sharing the secret that every Ironman knows about self-motivation. I mean, if you think about it, when we set out to do a race, it's typically 1 year to 2 years down the road. So how do I take that long-term vision of where I'm trying to get to and break that down into daily increments so that I feel self-motivated to want to keep moving forward every single day? So step one is having a clear vision. You have to know where you want to get to, and you have to be able to see that in your mind's eye very clearly. If you know where it is you're trying to get to, then very simply you bring that back to today and you start thinking about that long-term vision every single day. That is the place, that is the destination that I absolutely have to get to, but you need to take baby steps to get there. And that's where a lot of people get lost. They think that they're going to have immediate results, especially when it comes to diet and exercise. What they don't realize is that what they're seeing on the scale on a day-to-day basis is water retention or water loss. So they get really frustrated with the metrics that they think are the real metrics that are helping them move forward or maybe setting them back. People get really frustrated looking at the scale because it's like a roller coaster ride, and that frustration causes them to quit, right? So what we want to do today is we want to say, take that long-term vision, whatever that is, and we're going to show you how to break that down into manageable steps every single day. And that brings me to point number 2, which is periodized thinking. It's reverse engineering your goals. This is a secret that every single Ironman triathlete knows, and that is, in order to get to a destination that's a year or 2 years out, you've got to backdate that from race day right back until today, and then you have to map that out day to day, week to week, month to month, so that you can incrementally get stronger, get fitter, get better, but also incorporate something called rest. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes as well. But the idea of periodized training is simply taking that, let's call it a 12-month period, let's call it a year, mapping out 12 months of incremental volume of training, or volume of exercise, or volume of food consumption. Whatever it is you're trying to achieve, just ask yourself, I'm here at point A today, I'm trying to get to point B. So what are the steps I need to take from point A to point B, and what is manageable, right? What is realistic? And that's going to take me to my next point. Can you do it? You have to be able to believe that what you're setting out in front of you is possible. So in the world of triathlon, what we do is we say, okay, if the race date is 12 months out, I'm going to set out 12 one-month sections or blocks of training. In each one of those blocks of training, I'm going to have 4 weeks. Inside of those 4 weeks, I'm going to have 3 build weeks and 1 rest week. Inside of each of the weeks, I'm going to have 6 build days, 1 rest day. And what I've done is I've taken that long-term vision, I've broken it up into 12 months, 1 month sections, 1 week sections. And then I know specifically how much training I'm going to do every single day for the next year. I know when I'm going to push myself and add volume. I know when I'm going to rest and recover. Once I've got that plan in place, and I usually do that on an Excel spreadsheet, but once I've got that plan in place, day to day, Monday through to Sunday, right? I've planned it out for a year. Once I've got that plan in place, can I do it? I mean, when I look at the plan, I ask myself, is this possible for my life? Given everything that I have to do in my life, can I carve out the 1 hour a day or the 2 hours a day or whatever it is that you're doing? Can I carve out this piece of time and commit to doing this work? Can I commit to, maybe it's a calorie, maybe it's just your diet. Can I commit to eating a certain way so that I'm only going to consume, 1,500 or 2,000 calories a day? Is that sustainable? So the first step, the first question that you have to ask and answer for yourself is, can I do it? Once you reverse engineered the plan and you've looked at it over the course of from point A to point B, the big question you have to ask is, can I do it? If you believe you can do it, that's step one. Step two is, will it work, right? Do you believe the process will work? Do you believe you have the ability, the knowledge, the tools to do the work every day? So whether it's, the skill set of being able to learn how to cook at home rather than ordering in. Do I have the skill set? Do I have the pots and the pans? Do I have the equipment to be able to cook at home? If my goal is a fitness goal, do I have the equipment that I need? Do I have access to the equipment that I need? Are there any roadblocks for me to get the equipment that I need to be able to follow the plan? The big question you have to ask yourself about will it work is, do I have everything I need to execute my plan? And if not, what do I need to get in order to get there? So again, the big question is, can I do it? Will it work? And that takes me to my final point. Is it worth it? This is the big self-motivation part of the equation, because at the end of the day, nobody's forcing you to do any of this. If you're a husband like I am, and when I was 40, my doctor and my wife were both telling me I needed to lose weight and get in shape. They were the only people who were sort of nagging me to do that. And I was trying to do it, but I wasn't a happy camper. And that's where most guys fit in, right? You get to a point in your life where you think you've earned a little bit of rest. Maybe you've got a couple of kids at home. Maybe you're burning the candle at both ends with work. You're trying to be a present dad. At the end of the day, you just don't have any energy. And the problem is you're not going to reach your goals because you're working from an exhausted state, and the idea of, is it worth it? When at the end of the day, when I've put in a full days of work, I've spent time playing with my kids and being present with my family. Now it's like 9 or 10 o'clock. My wife and I just want to sit down and have some alone time without the background noise, taking off and happening. That is the last point in time that I would ever want to sit down and start exercising, because what's going to happen. I'm going to start exercising. If I have a good workout, I'm not going to sleep because all those endorphins are going to be rushing through my body. So the idea of just saying I'll do it when I get to it does not work, right? It's like that when I talked about forced savings, right? You will not have the energy at the end of the day to work out. Or to make good food decisions. So the idea is you want to come back to the beginning of the day and plan it out, execute at the beginning of the day so that you start off your day like a winner and you've got that win in the bank. And now you can take all that positive endorphins and move that through the rest of your day, so that at the end of the day, when you start to unwind with your wife or your husband or whatever your situation is, at that point, you're starting to condition yourself to get a good night's sleep. Because as I've talked about today, in reverse engineering, one of the biggest components that is in there is rest and recovery. Most people don't think about rest and recovery as a critical step to success. But if you haven't planned it into your plan, you will burn out. There is not one professional athlete out there that can sustain optimal performance 24/7, 365 days a week or a year. They always have to map in rest and recovery to give their body the opportunity to rest and recover. And in this case, part of rest and recovery is also reflection. Sitting back and asking yourself, is the process working? Do I still believe this will work? Right? That's a big question that you have to keep asking yourself. And you can look at immediate results, but sometimes the immediate results aren't necessarily the full picture, right? My scale, I actually put my scale away when I decided to go on this program, this lifestyle change of diet and exercise, because I knew that if I invested in doing the right things every day, if I invested in exercise every morning, if I invested in eating a certain number of calories every day, and I knew what the math was, and I looked at the ingredients of the food, if I invested in the right process, eventually I would get to where I wanted to be, and I would find a sustainable way to do that. So, today what I wanted to talk about, just to recap, you have to start with the end in mind. Then you have to reverse engineer from point B back to point A. Then once you've got that map in front of you, you have to ask yourself, can I do it? Do I have the time and the resources to do it? Will it work? Do I believe this process will work? Do I fully believe that if I do these things, it will work? And then the last piece, is it worth it? If I do all of these things, and maybe I don't hit my goal, but maybe I come close, is it still worth it? Right? That's the big motivational piece to this, is getting really clear on those four things, and then just ask yourself, hey man, if I shoot for the moon and I land in the stars, was that still cool? Did that work for me? And I think that if you take the long-term approach and ask yourself, do I want to create a new lifestyle where health and happiness is part of my life on a daily basis? Or if I set myself up for failure by saying, if I don't hit this goal, I'm a failure. That's the wrong approach. So if you want to be self-motivated, start with the end in mind, map out a plan, reverse engineer it. Ask yourself, can I do it? Will it work? Is it worth it? And even if I don't hit the goal that I expected, is that still okay? Have I had a good journey that's put me in a better position than I was when I started, right? Always leave a situation better than the way you started or found it, and you will be in good shape. So that was what we wanted to talk about today, is just getting your mind into the framework of, if you're going to set a New Year's resolution for yourself, how do I do that for the next 30 days so that I can get from point A to point B and start building the habits and the lifestyle and the mindset that's going to make me feel like I want to move forward, not because I have to, because somebody's telling me to, but because I want to. That is a huge, huge difference. So if you're following along, this has been day number 6. We're going to give ourselves a big check mark there for day number 6, because this is how we bring the long-term, that vision down the road. Might be a month, might be 6 months, might be a year, 2 years. This is how we take that long-term vision and bring it into today so that we feel self-motivated because we get this immediate reward of doing something good today. So this was day number 6. Make sure you're giving yourself a check mark at home on your calendar. So if you liked what we talked about today, please give me a like, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe if you're enjoying this challenge. And tomorrow, what we're going to be talking about, we're going to dive a little deeper into rest and recovery. And that video is going to be right here. And the reason why we're going to talk about that is because it is one of the most overlooked elements of success. If you don't allow yourself to rest and recover, you're going to burn out. So I'll see you in tomorrow's video, and I look forward to having that next conversation with you. Have a great day, Happy New Year, and bye for now.